Returns are here, and in some respects they're going to get worse. Did any of you notice, I think it was on Thursday or Friday of last week, the big event that happened in Virginia? Wing, the subsidiary of Google, delivered their first little packages via drone. Did anybody see that? Okay, if you haven't, sometime today, go in and they've got a little 1.5-minute video that actually shows that happening. It's crazy to think, holy cow, this is actually happening. But what that means, everybody, is packages have to get smaller. It costs exponentially more for a larger drone to deliver something than a smaller one. It's better to deliver something with 2 drones that are small in 2 boxes than a great big one. So it's technology, it's going, and online purchases and even dropping to your house is going to only become a greater and greater opportunity for us. At BILT Incorporated, we're really on the prevention side. That's really what we're all about. And we are a customer experience company. I'm going to show you our customer experience with an actual ceiling fan. If you go to Home Depot today and you buy this particular ceiling fan, on a stock sheet in the instructions, printed on the outside of the box, and also on the current instructions, it invites you to have a far better customer experience by downloading the free BILT app. And what you do is, when you come into this, I'm just selecting that start right here. What this now does is, instead of giving you a PDF or just a pause play video, this is now, and I'm going to use my super finger here, this is now a completely interactive guided set of instructions, okay? This will now walk you through the entire installation of this ceiling fan. If you want to zoom in, you can look at it. It will walk you through the entire process, okay? I'm going to hit that again, not touching anything. Okay, it's showing me that, but if I want to look at it more, now I can rotate with my finger and zoom in and look. If I want to know what a part is, you just touch it. Really make that assembly, install, setup experience so wonderful that literally a 10-year-old can do it. Why is that important? Because if a return happens, the bomb has already gone off, right, everyone? You already have a bad experience. And in today's world, the premium on your margins is always going to go to those that provide the best experience for their customers. And really at BILT, that is what we're about. And, if you think of context in your own shopping, think about, if you look at the emotional connection that happens when you go through shopping, as you start that searching process, you search for a product, you start to select the one that you're looking for, right? You're reading reviews, that emotion is starting to go higher. When you select that buy, as you go through that emotional process of buying it, you purchase that product and you're bringing it home, or it's going to be delivered to your house, right? We're on the 1 to 10 scale. We're going 9 to 10, anticipation, I bought this, I spend money, it's going to be great. Well, the reality is that there's usually a dip when it comes to, I actually have to set it up or assemble it, unless it's just a crazy good experience, okay? Right, you got that emotional drive that's like this, and then it dips like this very quickly, and then hopefully it's a good product, and then your emotional connection with it, your loyalty or perception of the brand, if the product works, it begins to go back up. And hopefully if that barbecue grill works for the next 10 years, you're excited about it. Here's the problem. The time we as consumers are most likely to speak about a brand by name is within 3 to 8 hours of finishing the install, setup, or assembly of that product. And we have proven that that is true with study after study, whether it's barbecue grills, faucets, fans, even you take Weber grills, and just out of curiosity, how many of you have a Weber grill or have ever owned a Weber grill? That's pretty crazy, everybody. Look at all the hands there. It's like half of the audience. Weber is the greatest name in grilling in the world. Okay, I think they have like 60% worldwide market share. Weber has huge customer loyalty. But the problem is, 6 months after you buy the grill, you don't speak about Weber proactively. You talk about your skills in grilling, right? Am I right, everybody? Is that not true? Okay, here we go. That is true. So, coming back to, when is the time people are most likely to speak about a brand by name or go on to HomeDepot.com or Amazon or something and say something about it? You have a window of a few hours. And that is why when you go and look at online reviews, depending on the type of product, 40 to 80% of them mentioned or are impacted by the assembly, install, or setup experience. We at BILT we recognized this problem and said, if we can make that assembly, setup, or install experience wonderful and enabling and empowering to consumers, instead of having this dip, they go up like this, right? It becomes flat. What we have shown, and this is why Home Depot's private label brands are moving forward with BILT instructions, and I mentioned Weber grills. Weber, we do every grill they sell in the world now. So if you're going to give somebody a grill at Christmas, all of the instructions are BILT intelligent instructions. We have found that there are 3 results when you focus on that customer experience. The first one, you have a dramatic decrease in customer support costs. The second, and kind of purpose of our event here, is you have a similar decrease in returns. Again, prevent the return. Make sure it never happens. When you do those 2 things, because people have had a better experience, instead of giving your product a 3-star rating or 3.5, they're giving you a 4-star rating or 4.5-star rating. If you can take a product and move it from a 3.5-star to a 4.5-star, it's a 33% increase in top-line sales. That's huge. That is huge. As we work with brands, by creating this type of experience, we can literally flip this around, and instead of being a frustrating experience, it's now a really positive one here. With BILT, when we create this experience, we even go to the point of showing a user how to balance a fan. Why? Because that's friction in the customer experience. We just finished a product with Coleman Power Sports. Do any of you ever ride like ATVs or UTVs at home with 4-wheelers? Any of you? A couple of you, a handful of you? Well, Coleman Power Sports is a brand that provides these things, and they sell them at Sam's Club. If you haven't download a BILT, go ahead and just type in the search phrase, just type in Coleman, okay? One of these UTVs is like a $15,000 piece of equipment, okay? They're huge. Well, what we found in trying to focus on that customer experience with them was, it's not only about how you actually, set up the product, but it's about how you unbox it. It comes in this massive crate that's almost the size of this stage right here. Like half of the damage that they were experiencing with the product came during the unboxing process. Does that sound familiar to anybody? Right? Especially appliances. I mean, if you're an appliance company, that's got to be like a third of all of your returns problems is during the unboxing process, right? Somebody takes a big X-Acto knife, decides they're going to cut through the box and open it up, and you've got a $5,000 refrigerator that has this nice streak down it, right? In focusing on that customer experience, we have to recognize that sometimes the unboxing is the problem, okay? Sometimes it's how to use it is the problem, and bring that all the way back to the manufacturer so you can improve the product. With BILT, at the end of every process, we ask consumers or professionals, whoever is using it, we ask them for quick review information. Most retailers tell us that reviews-wise, you're pretty lucky if you can get 0.5% of people to respond to a review organically. Because we're asking it at the right time, we get anywhere from 3 to 12% of people respond to reviews. We also track the amount of time people spend in each step, because we want to try to understand, is there ongoing friction in the process? So there's analytics. So you have the instructions, there's the analytics, and the most important part is bring all those things together so that you can fix the problem before it happens again. And that's why with BILT, you can update the instructions in real time, anytime. If any of you have downloaded it, if you type in Halloween, you go to your local Home Depot, for example, they've got all the little Halloween, caricatures that you put up, crazy stuff. All of that you find at Home Depot, for example, is all using BILT instructions. As those things launched a few weeks ago, we were able to monitor the data to see if there's any friction left in the process. We identified what it was, made a change to the instructions, and pushed it out instantaneously. So these are products that have star ratings that are just crazy good, because it's a good product originally. But now we've closed that gap and made sure purchase to use is a wonderful experience. And that's what creates promoters of your brand. So again, let's try to make sure that return never happens. So then you all can focus on the returns that really, really matter and the things that really require your time. Does that make sense, everyone? No? Okay. Thank you very, very much for your time. I appreciate it.